Hello, folks. It's Friday, the 29th of December. This year is almost shot. What a year it's been, and what a year 2018 will likely be. Hold on to your seatbelts or your hats or whatever, because the ride is going to continue to be rough and interesting when it comes to world events. Right now, I'd like to share some personal good news, and I'll talk about some music. But as you know, I'm a musician. Besides a crazy record collector and music lover, um, thanks to the vinyl community and a couple of members in particular, I was able to start manufacturing vinyl albums for a while. It lasted for a while. And one of the last albums that I put out was back in 2014, which was Flyover. And this for me was a um, real important one for me. Tim Guthrie, a local artist, journalist, or rather artist, teacher, professor, did the album cover for me. I wanted it done in a 4AD type style, the label 4AD. We collaborated on the graphics together. Tim really, when he went over the top in fulfilling my desire to make something special, including the vinyl, purple splatter vinyl. I'm really pleased to share that the album just sold out this morning. I woke up this morning, that's a message from Tim probably congratulating me, because I'm really happy. I just got up a little while ago, made my coffee, checked my mail, and there's been a little bit of a surge in orders, digital, CD, and then records. I will be mailing out this morning the final copy of Flyover on vinyl. This baby is sold out, and that feels good, because I pressed up most of the records I've made between 250 and 350 copies. Flyover and Nice, I made 500 copies each of. And also I did that with Sonospheres number 2, and those took a while to sell. And so, for a while it looked like maybe I'd be sitting around with Flyovers on my hands. As nice as it is looking, as well as good as it sounds, seemed like maybe I'd have these forever. I'll be heading out to the post office after I finish this video to mail out the final copy. Earlier this year, I had another great sale happen that I haven't shared yet. Years ago, I put out my second album, Dereck number 2. I reconfigured it for vinyl. The original CD cover is different from this. And this I made I'm pretty sure I only made 250 copies of this, 125 in black vinyl, and 125 in orange vinyl. Of course, this has been sold out a long time. So when I had my art exhibit earlier this year in September, besides the art being on sale, I put merchandise on sale, records, t-shirts, etc. And I put this on sale too, for $100. I had an extra copy of this on orange I'd been holding on to, and it sold for $100 to a local musician, which was just, again, very satisfying. I needed the money, but more than that, the fact that the record is valued by this musician, who is a good musician and well known, will be touring the United States starting in January with another band in town. Thought enough to buy it and spend $100. I've seen him since then. He's extremely pleased that he bought it. So I'm just sharing good news. I'm really happy. If you were thinking about getting this eventually, I'm sorry you missed it. You missed out. So coming to music listening, I was listening to a bunch of compilation albums yesterday. I'll just get in these Jags. And so I was listening to compilation albums. I played this one, Underground 70. Columbia CBS used to put out the coolest compilations. And purple vinyl, German pressing. I posted this online, and someone I don't know made a comment that I hadn't really noticed. He said, most if not all the bands on this particular sampler are from Chicago. And I looked, and it's like I don't know where all of them are from, but basically he's right. Chicago Transit Authority is on here. They're from Chicago. The Flock, they're from Chicago. Pacific Gas and Electric, they're from Chicago. Appaloosa, Aorta, the bass player was from Omaha, but they were based out of Chicago. And really, when I think about it, it's not too surprising that there would be kind of a regional sampler. Because I had played that, I got to wanting to hear the whole album by The Flock, Dinosaur Swamps. American band. The violinist Jerry Goodman, who ended up in Mahavishnu Orchestra, started out in this band. This band went from jazz to country and electronic, all usually in one song. Good album. Here's one that goes back to my childhood. KOIL. Stephanie, do you remember? Of course, Stephanie, you remember Coil. 22 golden classics. Played this all the way through. Some of my favorite songs from childhood: Dizzy by Tommy Rowe, Color Him Father by the Winstons, Cherry Cherry, Neil Diamond. Great oldies. Great oldies. Now something else I played, and where is it? That was a bit of a revelation. Well, I've got this one out. Okay. So I listen to more electronic and non-jazz music than I listen to jazz. Some people are primarily jazz listeners. I get on Jazz Jags, but mostly I'm somewhere else. But last night I decided to dip into some Alan Silva. I like collecting this big Actuel series. I have most of them. This is an unusual one where it's a 3 LP set. Alan Silva and the Celestial Communication Orchestra with Seasons. Not sure of the man's nationality or ethnicity, not that it matters, but it's interesting. He looks like some kind of combination of, well, you don't know, but he's a bass player. This is spiritual jazz. You don't hear about Alan Silva, but I have two albums by him, and I put one on. The other one I had stuck away for some reason. Is that it right there? Yeah. So I started with this one because I hadn't played it for a while and was just thinking about him. Luna Surface. And I put this on, and it started to go, and as I'm listening, it became apparent to me what they're doing is these folks are reaching for joy. They're reaching for ecstasy through this music. And there's flashes of brilliance where it's like it's almost breaking through. It's amazing. It was so strong I played both sides, and then when I was done, it was like, wow, I have to have some more. So I pulled this and played almost all of this. Now I have the majority of the BYG Actuel series. You don't hear about the Alan Silva. All the collectors talk about the Archie Sheppard, the David Allen, and the Sun Ra. I have all those, but after listening last night, I can objectively say this is one of the strongest. This is mind-blowing. This is real cosmic jazz. This is really spiritual. Really reaching everyone. There's moments where it's just this joyous cacophony, and then it smooths out, and one voice emerges, piano or bass, and then they all join in together, and you can feel it. That's what's cool about this. Interesting that these are not more lauded. I think because people haven't really listened that closely. If you have these or have access to these, listen and experience for yourself. So I have just about I have Nice left on vinyl, but it's selling, and that'll be gone too. And I have a few more of these CDs that I'm including with the sale of the Nice vinyl. So grab it. And it's premature to announce it, but I do think that there will be something on vinyl with me on it next year. Not that I'm going to be putting out, but something. It looks like something's happening, and I'll be a part of it, and it will be on vinyl, and it'll be a label that you all know about. But I'm not at liberty to announce it yet, but I said that much. Okay.